It happened on Halloween night, 2019, in a quiet suburban neighborhood in Ohio. A woman named Rachel was home alone handing out candy while her husband worked a night shift. Everything was normal until around 11:58 p.m. when her doorbell rang. Almost midnight. Too late for kids to be trick-or-treating. Rachel opened the door just a crack. A small child stood on her porch, maybe 7 or 8 years old, wearing a dirty rabbit mask, old and stained, like something dug out of the ground. The child didn't speak, just held out a small plastic pumpkin bucket. Rachel, a bit creeped out, but thinking it must be some lost kid, dropped a candy bar into the bucket. But the kid didn't move, didn't thank her, didn't turn away. Instead, the child tilted its head upward, slowly, revealing the inside of the mask, and Rachel froze. The child had no eyes, just dark, bleeding holes where eyes should be. But it was smiling, a huge, unnatural smile carved across its face. Then the child whispered in a low, cracked voice, "I'm not done yet." It lifted its bucket higher. Inside were not candies, but severed fingers, small ones, children's fingers. Rachel slammed the door and locked it, shaking violently. She called 911 immediately. While waiting, she checked her Ring camera feed. The child was still there, still smiling. But now 2 more figures appeared behind the child, taller, wearing matching masks, also staring directly into the camera. At exactly 12 a.m., the child lifted its bucket and dumped all the fingers on her porch. Then all 3 figures turned their heads toward the side of the house and sprinted out of view. When police arrived, they found no sign of the figures, no fingerprints, no footprints, but the child-sized fingers were real. The officers questioned neighbors. That's when an elderly woman said something that still haunts Rachel. "This happens every Halloween. They come for the house that's watched them. And if you open the door, you're marked." Every year after that, on Halloween night, Rachel receives a small gift on her doorstep, a plastic pumpkin bucket full of fresh, bloody fingers. Story 2: The Man in the Window. This true-style account comes from a man named Devin, who lived in a rural rental house during Halloween 2021. It started around 2:30 a.m., long after trick-or-treaters stopped. Devin was playing games in his living room when he noticed something odd on the TV's reflection. A face in the window behind him. At first, he dismissed it as his mind playing tricks, but the reflection didn't disappear. Someone was definitely standing there. Slowly, Devin turned around. A man in a rotting pumpkin mask was pressed against the glass, only inches from Devin's face. The mask looked homemade, wet, moldy, and crawling with flies. But the worst part, the man's real eyes were visible through the holes. They were bloodshot, wild, staring directly at him. Devin jumped up and grabbed his phone. The man didn't move. He didn't blink. Then Devin noticed something even more disturbing. The man wasn't breathing. His chest wasn't moving at all. He was completely still, like a mannequin. But his eyes followed Devin's every step. Devin yelled that he was calling the police. The man slowly raised one arm and scratched a long, deep line across the glass with his fingernail. Not tapping, not knocking, scratching, like he wanted the glass to bleed. Devin ran upstairs and locked himself in his bedroom, waiting for police. But then the scratching started again. Upstairs, at his bedroom window. His room was on the second floor. There was no way for anyone to reach that window. Devin, terrified, grabbed a small knife and hid in the closet. Minutes later, he heard breathing, slow, wet, right outside the closet door. The doorknob turned, clicked twice, then stopped. A deep, distorted voice whispered, "I can see you." Devin held his breath. His phone finally buzzed, a text message from 911 saying the police were outside. Suddenly, all noise stopped. Police searched the property and found footprints around the house. But what they found under the bedroom window made one officer throw up. Long, bloody drag marks, like someone pulled their body up the wall using their fingernails. And on the window, written in what looked like mud and blood, "Not this year, next Halloween." Devin moved out the next day. But every Halloween since, he receives a picture message from an unknown number. Always the same image. His house, his bedroom window, and the man in the rotten pumpkin mask standing right outside it.